Hello and welcome to the Real Life Cafe. My name is Juliet. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you for subscribing. I am happy that we can learn together. Keep the numbers going up. Today we are going to discuss about emotional abuse in relationships. It's on the rise, but many people only talk about physical abuse, forgetting emotional abuse. I am joined by Wilkista Juma, a psychologist who will expound more on this. Hi, Kista.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, wewe.
I'm very fine. I thank God.
Introduce yourself to mafans wa The Real Life Cafe, utuambie unafanyanga nini.
Okay, I'm Wilkista Juma. I'm a counseling psychologist. And like she said, we are going to talk about abuse. This time we'll talk about emotional abuse. Yes.
Wow, thank you so much. And I've come to realize that many people will only talk about physical abuse, but emotional abuse is also on the rise. And maybe it's because people don't understand what emotional abuse is. Maybe you can tell us.
It is very true that people don't understand. Rather, they don't know that you can be abused without being beaten. You can be abused by just words or just being denied a few things here and there. Yeah, so emotional abuse is manipulation, whereby your emotions are affected.
Wow.
In short, unadharauliwa. Unadharauliwa without you knowing that this is the way it should be. And it's something that can happen. You are manipulated emotionally. It can happen for a very long time without you knowing that you are being manipulated. Yeah, so it happens every day in our marriages, in relationships, people who are not married. And you ask yourself, why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? It is because something is not right. Anytime you feel like something is not right, by the way a person talks to you, by the things they do to you, without even beating you, maybe there is a problem or there is abuse.
Okay.
Yes.
Most of the time, people stay waiting to be beaten. Ndio waseme kuna abuse.
People actually don't report emotional abuse because the person who is abusing you will start maybe calling you names, and you feel like, oh, he said that I am this and this. Maybe that is what I am, or maybe denying you affection, keeping quiet. You know, even the what do we call it? That silent treatment. That is still emotional abuse. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And how can you tell you're being abused emotionally? Because you have said most of the times ni kama mtu hajui, you know? You don't know it's happening. And I think that's what eating many people, the fact that you don't know it's happening. And it's only by knowing that you can be able to talk about it.
You can tell when you're being abused. You actually feel it. You actually know. The problem is you don't know whether it's abuse, whether it is normal. And today I want us to talk about different ways of you knowing that you're being abused. When you're in a relationship, the first thing I would say, it's like when people ask me, how can you tell that someone loves you? Okay, I feel it's a question that people should know. It's an automatic thing.
Yeah.
You can tell from the way a person treats you, from the way a person talks to you, everything they do, you'll just feel loved.
Yeah.
It's the same way as when a person dislikes you. It's the same way when a person is mistreating you or is abusing you. Here we are talking about emotions. So you will feel it in you. Your emotions, they are being manipulated. Someone is playing around with your emotions. Someone is playing around with emotions and then blaming you.
Oh.
Yes. Most of them, they do that. They play with your emotions, and then you are left asking yourself, am I okay? Am I doing things right? Am I the one who is in the wrong? So they'll, most of the time, make sure you feel that you are the one who is
Who is the problem?
Who is the problem?
Mm.
Always they'll make you feel like you're the problem. They will even insult you and tell you, do you even think? Hmm? Do you think? Look at yourself. And then you are left asking yourself, do I
Do I
do I
think?
think? I think there's something wrong with me. It is not you, it is them. Yes, it's them. They are either psychopaths, they are narcissists, they just have issues with trying to show power. Yeah, they want to show that I'm in control.
Okay.
I am the one, mimi ndio kusema, you're here to be seen and not to be heard.
Wow.
Yeah, so most of the time you will find that your ideas don't matter in that relationship. What you think is yours. They have a final say
In everything.
in everything. They already know what they want, and they're the ones who are controlling the relationship.
Wow.
Yeah, so they will make sure that they are placing you in a position that you'll not be able to talk back, you'll not be able to, your ideas don't matter. Say, for example, if it's a project that you want to do, they come up with something, they tell you, okay, I'm building a house.
Yeah.
Or they tell you, I've already built a house. It's almost halfway. Yeah? So your idea does not really matter. And the moment you start feeling like you are not a partner, you're not a partner in this relationship, it means that something is wrong. Anytime you feel like something is wrong, maybe there's something wrong. Yes.
Okay. And in your line of duty, I know you deal with many cases. Many people come to you with different cases. What is the ratio? Is it men abusing women more, or it's women abusing men? Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because, okay, men and women abuse each other, maybe differently. Men are more physical, maybe because of the masculinity. Women are good at the silent treatment, which is part of emotional abuse. Like you decide, I'm not going to talk to him. Like for 1 week, atanijua mimi ni nani, atajua. So you're quiet this week.
Yeah.
You're quiet next week. 3 weeks without knowing that it's affecting your relationship. It's affecting the way you are interacting every day. But I would say that men are on the higher side, mainly because you find that maybe in the Republic, in Kenya, in Africa, you find that most women are lower when it comes to contributing maybe to the daily bread. You find the man ni ya kusema. So it is very easy for a person who is a narcissist, who is a psychopath, who wants to control, to just tell you, you know what, I'm feeding you, it's like a favor.
Yeah.
I've had statements that a man telling the wife, nitakurudisha kule ndikuokota, I'm the one who've made you who you are. You see, those are emotional manipulation.
And you say men, is it proven? Is this figures it is because
Are you recording that, Amma?
I'm also part of the show.
You are part of.
Is it proven?
I'm speaking about this because I'm a therapist and I'm talking about the number. Maybe we can say that most maybe men would hide.
Okay.
Would hide when they are abused, even physical abuse. Men are abused physically. I mean, they come and tell you how much they're abused, but they're not able to go out there and tell other men, you know what, mimi nilichapwa jana. This is what is happening to my to me. This is what is happening. I'm ashamed of leaving my marriage because I'm abused.
Yeah.
They can't just say that. Women speak about it. So they'll come to therapy and say, this is what I'm feeling. Most of the time they don't know it's emotional abuse, but they'll come and tell you, I'm going through something. Maybe you tell me, could I be doing something wrong? Is there a problem with me? Then when you listen to the whole story, you realize, this person is actually being abused and they are not aware. Yeah. So there are instances where the person wants to humiliate you. They'll do everything to humiliate you, like do things that makes you feel like, as a man or a woman who's being abused, you feel humiliated. You feel embarrassed. Anything that a person does and it makes you feeling embarrassed. Like for instance, you're in public and you say something and they tell you something that would make you feel like
It's like you
you're
didn't say
embarrassed.
anything.
You're embarrassed. Whatever you are saying does not matter. Whatever you're saying is wrong. That is abuse. Or they criticize whatever idea you come with. Maybe you're telling them something and they are always criticizing. You come up with a good idea, they are always criticizing. It belittles you. Yes, a manipulator will make sure you are feeling belittled, that you are not noticed. So the criticizing and the humiliation you get every day, yeah, is what abuse is. It's emotional abuse that you might not know that you are being abused. Yeah, they might also try to maybe make sure that socially they cut your social life. You don't socialize with your family, you don't socialize with your friends. They maybe limit the time what were you doing with your friends? They become trying to show you like you're doing something wrong. Umetoka wapi? I've had bad statements. Hey, umekuwa malaya. You know, umekutoka wapi? Hao rafiki zako ndio wanakuharibu. So you don't have that freedom to socialize with the people. Even if you have business deals, they cannot allow you to have those business deals. Mainly because they also don't want you to go above them.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not supposed to go above them. You're supposed to ukae ka state fulani mahali tu.
Usipite hapo.
Yeah, so that is it.
Okay. Now, you've said it's men abusing women more emotionally. Now, tell us, do the men portray themselves in a certain way? Like, ukimuona, utajua, like, chances, huyu, ana abuse the other partner emotionally.
Like I said, we have those people who are narcissists. You know, narcissists are people who love themselves. Life revolves around them. Mimi ndio kusema, you listen. I know it. The moment you have narcissists, there are very high chances that they'd want to show their power to their maybe boyfriends, girlfriends, or to their spouses. Also, we have people who are psychopaths. So, in short, I mean they have psychological issues.
Yeah.
They feel really good when the other person is suffering. We have such people that their happiness is your suffering. Anytime you're having issues, they're very happy. And people think it's outright. It happens even in relationships. But it's your spouse and they don't want good things to happen to you. The more you suffer, they are happy. So we have psychopaths, we have narcissists, and we have those people who just have their own issues. They like power. It is them to be on the higher side. Yours is to be. Yeah, so you can easily tell if you have the knowledge. That is why it's important, like, for us to talk about it. Because as a woman out there, as a man out there who's emotionally abused, it's very important for you to know this is kawaida. This is not the way a relationship is supposed to be. A relationship, you know, when you're emotionally abused, there are even other abusers who will withdraw affection. They're withdrawing affection. It reaches a point where they don't want, whereby maybe you're coming home from work, you are tired, you expect this is a person who will maybe embrace you and talk to you nicely. They are there trying to show you that I'm in control here. That time, what you need is the affection. It is withheld. That is why we do that silent treatment.
Uh-huh.
A lot is withheld. Anything to do with emotions, all the acts that a normal relationship is supposed to have, the person withholds. That is still abuse. Yes, so withholding that, insulting you, and most of the time they'll insult you using facts, little facts that will hurt you. They can even,
Oh.
yes, facts they know about you. Of course, this
Yeah.
your spouse.
He's your partner, so
He
he
knows so much about
or
you.
she knows about you.
For instance, you have a problem, maybe there's a problem at your home. They can use that to insult you and make you feel belittled. You have a problem with your own body. Maybe something is not okay.
Maybe weight.
Maybe you've added weight. An insulter can use that like to tell you, to put you down. You know, the main aim here is to
Put you
manipulate you emotionally, to belittle you, and to make you feel like you are down there. You are not worth. Yes.
Okay.
In their mind, it's about ensuring that you don't feel good about yourself. Yes.
And are they born like that, or it's something maybe they acquire along the way, or it's something maybe they see other people doing and they think, oh, maybe this is the trend, this is the right thing to do?
I would say, like you've said, they are learned habits. You can put them aside. Some people learn. Like you grew up in a home where you saw your parents belittling each other. You saw your family emotionally abusing each other. You saw your family insulting each other and being mean to each other. So it's like very normal. This is the way men are supposed to be treated. This is the way women are supposed to be treated. We have people who have psychological problems, like psychopaths. You marry someone, you don't know they have mental issues.
Wow.
So this person will always do that to you. You will even see that meanness maybe to other people. But since you are the closest person, they will want to do it to you. Then the narcissist, that's a personality problem. You have a personality disorder, which maybe the person does not have control over unless they go for therapy, then they learn about it. They look for ways of dealing with personality issues. Yeah, so there are many reasons, apart from learning the psychological bit, which are psychopaths, narcissists who have personality problems. Yeah, and sometimes the upbringing, people who lived in environments when they were young, environments where they were abused, they were shouted at, they were too young to vent. They were too young to show that ile mtoto we nyamaza, you don't have a voice, you can't talk. Now, at some point you've grown, now you have a target. You have someone you can hit, and they'll not hit back.
Yeah.
So your manipulation goes on. And then with time, as a man or a woman who's being abused emotionally, if you don't say it, if you don't air your feelings, the manipulator thinks it's okay to treat you like that. So you will live in that environment where you are abused every day, and it affects you so much. Yeah, it affects you so much. It will affect your self-esteem. It goes down because you've been told you're not even beautiful. You know, the family you come from. Nyinyi watu wa shida tu umekuja kunonea hapa kwangu.
Ni mimi nimekusaidia.
Ni mimi nimekusaidia. If it was not me, do you think you'd be where you are today? You're being abused and you're not. You think enyewe ni kweli. Kama singekuwa wapi? Singekuwa hapa. You are abused but you are not aware you are. You are being abused.
Yeah.
It continues happening. Then it's kawaida. It's very normal. Wewe unajua wewe ni hata huzai. Wewe huzai.
Yeah.
What benefit do you have in this family?
Yeah.
There are bad words that people use. You are abused and you feel like, okay, it is true. It is true. Sasa sizai. What can I do? It's a right. And then our culture also. This is when it's a man who is abusing the woman, it's like, okay, mzee amesema. Mzee amesema nisirudi shule. Because someone can be a manipulator in a way that they do not want you to go to school. They do not want you to maybe do business. They close all your social life. They stop you from having friends. They stop you from having talking to your relatives. We have extremes. We have manipulation and emotional abuse of different levels. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've touched about the effects that comes with, you know, you being the victim. Tell us more on this.
The biggest one being esteem. And after esteem, now you stop believing in yourself.
Wow.
Everything that you hear every day gets into your head. Now you start looking at yourself like a loser. You start looking at yourself like a person who's bringing problems to this relationship. You see, you know, this person might not even want to release you, but they've made you stop believing in yourself. They've made you hate yourself so much that you don't have confidence. Your confidence goes so low, you can't go out there and talk to people. You know, they've put you in a very low position that when you go out there, you're not even sure of what you're doing. Apart from that, we have effects like if they've stopped you from socializing, you might end up being a loner, you know. It brings depression. People in these homes, people are depressed and they don't know why. You just feel like...
Because of the abuse.
Because of the abuse. You know, this is abuse that cannot be seen by eyes. You can't go to someone and tell them, you know, I'm being abused. There is nowhere. That person has not touched you anywhere. But they've killed your esteem. They've killed your ability to interact with people, to socialize. They've killed your business ideas, because anytime you go to them and tell them, you know, I have this business idea. Sasa wewe unajuanga nini? Sasa wewe ni idea gani unaweza leta hapa?
And you know, it looks so simple. Yani, it's just an answer. Looks very simple, but
it looks, it's unajua nini wewe?
Yeah.
With your level of education.
But the way you're putting it, like everything is abuse.
What do you mean? Yes, and another effect is they kill the power in you. Yes, the power in you, like to move forward. So what I would say is that abuse, emotional abuse, is actually worse than physical. Because this physical, we have the effect of maybe someone injuring you or killing you. You know.
Can see.
But people don't think of the psychological effect. And I mentioned depression. Depression can make you kill yourself too. So it's like this person has killed yourself.
Yeah.
You find a person, they're in a relationship, and one time they just kill themselves. You've seen people, men, who are abused, they're in the pub. They don't want to go back home because of the abuse. No one, kamama ni kadogo lakini ile shouting anafanya and all that ni mdogo. So this person prefers to go stay there with friends mpaka asubuhi. You're wondering what is this person doing in the maybe there's something that they're going through. It's not all people who are in the pubs that are emotionally abused, but we have a group that is emotionally abused. Some are addicts, some have their issues, conduct issues and all that. But we have that group that is out there because they're abused. We see women, they are the easiest to leave their homes because of abuse. They leave, after some time they come back, the abuse goes on. The abuser sees, oh, si ulienda na si umerudi. And the abuse goes on. The abuse, the emotional abuse, the insults, daily insults, that manipulation, withdrawal of affection, You are stopped from doing things that might build you. You want to go back to school. The manipulator tells you, no, wewe kazi yako ni kulea watoto. I'll provide, but you see they limit what they're giving you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You will stay here, you can't work.
And what would you advise? What is the best approach? You're there, you've realized it's happening, and you would want to seek help or know how to deal with it.
Number one, if you are feeling uncomfortable, if you are feeling like you're being abused emotionally, chances are that you are. So speak out. Do not wait until you get depressed. Do not wait until uanze kutoa nguo kukitembea because you know you've been abused to a level. Emotional abuse involves even the person who's cheating on you and maybe you're aware about it. You come to learn about it. They are cheating on you. They are doing things. Personally, I've held cases of people who, I remember the last case I had was a man even bringing another woman to the house.
What?
You are there and you are told, you divide this sitting room. Weka vyombo zako hapa mwingine.
Really?
Weka haja kuchapa.
Wow.
You can put your things here na yeye mwenyewe mwingine aweke hapa, you know. So that person has not touched you, but they've disrespected you. They're trying to shame you, which I said is one of the symptoms, embarrass you in front of other people. Because a manipulator, I said, will look for things that will hurt you most. And he knows that you won't like that. So why would he do that? Like he's brought someone in the house. You are there. They don't think about what you'd feel. They don't really care about your feelings.
They don't care about the other person's feelings.
It's about power, showing their power. I'm doing it because I can. I'm abusing you because I can. I'll insult you because I can. They have that power. They really do not care much. Sometimes they are not even aware that they are abusing. It's cultural. It's cultural.
It's okay.
It's very okay. So, like you asked, number one is for women or men who are in relationships that are abusive to understand when it is normal and when it is not normal. You cannot operate like that. You're in an abusive relationship and you expect life will be normal. And then when this person walks in, you are walking on those eggshells. You are scared.
It is not right.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not good for you. So seek help.
Have you had like cases where you talked to maybe the person who is the abuser and they changed?
We've had cases. You know, an abuser will never come to you and tell you, you know what? I am the abuser here. No, they'll never tell you that. What happens most of the time in relationships, the moment this man or this woman realizes that I think I'm being abused, they've talked to a colleague or friends and they've told them, hi, hapa kuna shida. And then they are told, so you look for help. Then they've come to my office. At some point, I'll ask, we do family therapy, couple therapy, whereby we ask for the other part maybe to come in. When they come in, initially they don't know that they've been doing something wrong. Everything was just right. Then they realize, okay, think they might, especially narcissists, they don't agree.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't say they are wrong. How? A narcissist will never be wrong. Yeah, but with time, as the sessions continue, they try to change kidogo kidogo, and then eventually they realize that, okay, there was a mistake here. Yeah. You will see changes in the way they are behaving towards their spouses, towards their girlfriends or boyfriends. You will start seeing changes. And then once you've done couple therapy, when they're maybe at home, it is, or when they're together, immediately anajaribu kufanya ile kitu ana realize, by the way, si hii niliambiwa. So the abuser is brought to a point of knowing that they are abusing another person. Okay. But such people, they are psychopaths, remember, they are narcissists. Bringing them to the counseling room is not
Easy.
very easy.
Okay.
It's not very easy. So the few that accept to come, eventually those relationships end up well,
Wow.
quite well, yes.
That is nice. What would be your last comments or last words, a word of advice from your profession to someone out there who might be going through the, through who is in that phase and they don't know what to do?
What I would advise that person, number one, I want that person to realize that they are not the problem. You are not the problem. The problem is the other person. So don't feel bad about it. Don't be ashamed about it. Don't be embarrassed. And don't keep quiet about it. Don't let this progress to something worse than it is. Yes, just be open. Talk to someone, like I said. Look for help. It is very important. Take care of your mental health. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm happy I've learned something, and I know and I hope people watching out there, you've learned a thing or two. We now know when you realize you're being abused emotionally, the best thing is to talk to someone you trust, and at the end of it all, seek professional help if things don't end up the way you expected. Professionals are here. Wilkista is here, ready to assist in any way. So thank you so much for watching. I have been your host, Juliet. Until next time, bye-bye.